Frenkie De Jong and Matthijs de Ligt are two Dutch players which certainly Barcelona fans want to see wearing the Blaugrana kit coming next season. In this video we'll be focusing on Frenkie De Jong. I already made one video about Matthijs de Ligt, so after this one why not check that one out. If by any means you're interested in cheap, reliable footballing kits, be sure to check out Antigua. Links are gonna be in the description down below. They provide worldwide coverage, which is one of the best things I can recommend about them, as well as secure payment options to ensure that you get the best service possible. They're the main reason why I'll be able to provide you with giveaways in the future, so be sure to check them out. You get the deal, you know the drill, but now let's get right into it. What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we'll be focusing, like I said, on Frenkie De Jong. If you haven't seen the video already made about Matthijs de Ligt, I encourage you to check that out. I'm gonna leave it around here probably. This video is gonna follow a similar format to that, so if you already are familiarized with that one, then this one is gonna be just right at home. So if you don't know who Frenkie De Jong is, he's a 21-year-old midfielder currently playing for the club of Ajax. He certainly is one of the most promising young players in that midfielder role that currently are in the world. His ability is just outstanding, and it's no surprise that Barcelona and most importantly Manchester City are interested on the signing for this guy. But before dwelling a little bit deeper into the tactical analysis of the player, I want to mention that the Daily Mirror reported 1 or 2 days ago that apparently Manchester City have a 67 million fee already agreed with Ajax for the signing of this young Dutch player. Barcelona must need to start making fast move if they want to wrap up this amazing young talent, because it seems that news with Manchester City is real. It really looks like a real news, because the agent of the player didn't refute that at all and didn't make comments about it. He also didn't refuse the contract with Barcelona, but if he just doesn't even mention Manchester City, means that there must be something there, you know, because you always want to remain hidden what it's actually real, especially from the media. So in that sense, I feel that Barcelona needs to start making faster moves, because we certainly don't want to miss out on this talent anytime soon. But now, if you still don't believe that Frenkie De Jong is at the level that he should be to play at Barcelona, then you must be doing something wrong. This guy has some amazing stats, and stats may not be everything, certainly performances are, but if you just have already the performances and the stats to back it up, then you must be doing something good. And Frenkie De Jong is absolutely doing that. His average passing accuracy is 91% in the Eredivisie. That means that every week, match in, match out, doesn't matter who he plays against, he always gets an around of 91% passing accuracy, which that is pretty good. Rakitic has been average 87% this season, so you see just how important someone like him could be for our team. Most importantly, the other day against France, he performed one of the best games I've seen him in. He played in just a kind of like hybrid 3. Sometimes he was a defensive midfielder, sometimes he was a more advanced playmaker, but that's mostly because the Dutch side just plays with more hybrid-esque players like Wijnaldum, like David Proper, or even people like, what's the name of this guy? But the main reason why I think Frenkie De Jong could be such a crucial player for Barcelona, and why I encourage this team basically to go out to get the player, because I don't want to miss him. Like, I don't want to miss out on the Elite, and I don't want to miss out on De Jong, because they are fantastic talents. And in the case of De Jong, his short passing ability is just superb. He really likes to play into space, and who else does that? Sergio Busquets. Sergio Busquets does it in another different way. He does it because of his mental game. He's not the fastest, he's not the most agile player, but he reads the game very well. In the case of Frenkie De Jong, he may have a little bit of a good intelligence about how to read the game and a good perception of how to do it, but just being younger, having that fast agility and movement, but also retaining that ability that Busquets has, can give us a good basically revolution in that CDM role, because we see that sometimes here, for instance, in the game against, I don't know, Leganés, or in the game against Inter, no, Inter is not actually a good example, against Real Betis, Sergio Busquets just gets caught out of space because he doesn't have that ability to track back and is not as good on covering up the space he left behind. In that case, Frenkie De Jong would be much better at it. I feel that he looks very similar to someone like, in some instances, someone like Jorginho. Jorginho is a player which I actually do rate very, very highly, and you can just see how much impact he has on that Sarri side. Someone like Frenkie De Jong could be very good utilizing a similar system, but most importantly, he has that ability of just being hybrid wherever he goes, and that's something that I encourage Barcelona to try out. We're not going to be losing our identity, but we're just going to be adding and basically revolutionizing for the modern game. Our philosophy has always been basically on being better than the rest, and if we want to continue having that, we must evolve with it. So I feel that, for instance, a midfield of Arthur, De Jong and Coutinho could be perfect. Could be one of the best midfields we could probably have seen in our lifetime, because that will actually mix a very good kind of like hybrid roles. Coutinho could be that guy that pushes up forward, De Jong could be the guy that takes out the space and needs to go forward whenever he needs to be, and Arthur can just provide the balance and be the guy who actually plays out for the space, and De Jong can also do that. So we just have so many different combinations we could try out, and someone like De Jong could be so good at doing that. If I am Barcelona, I don't know what I'm wasting right now. If I was Barcelona, I would make a double deal for De Ligt and De Jong right now. I would say 130 million euros for both players. I would totally pay that. And if they want me to keep them, like for instance, I could say, okay, have them for another half a season. You loan them out for half a season more. For instance, let's say to play the Champions League, because obviously Ajax now are going out to the knockout stages alongside Bayern Munich from their group. Then we already have them, you know, they're our name, we already signed them, but they will continue playing with Ajax for the rest of the season. That is something that I would do, because that's a good way of trying to give Ajax what they want, you know, because they want to keep the player, but if you pay them a lot of money straight up and then let them keep them for half a season, I just think it's a perfect deal for everybody. We can have the ability to have the players we have right now and then ship them abroad come the summer transfer window, and then we can bring Frenkie De Jong and Matthias De Ligt when there's more space in our squad. I think that would be a superb move from Barcelona, and I don't know what they're not trying something like that out. Hopefully with all of that being said, you can stick around for the channel for more. See you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.